My name's Dennis Meyer. I've been involved with this ranch for about 25 years. Jay and I and my wife lease it, and then we sublease the grass out cattle. There's a lot of history on this ranch. It's been in the same family for over 100 years. There's a lot of historical stuff. Nelson Gulch, a lot of mining went on. The whole ranch is pockmarked with mines. We got the Yaya ditch running through it, which used to supply water to Helena. Just a lot of neat stuff.
Well, my name's Jay Smith. I've been here at the ranch since 2014. It's a great corridor for animals. It's a great property that has Forest Service on one side, a very large grazing prickly pear simmental on the other. Natural resources are important because it's been such a big part of Montana history, and that's just how I grew up. So managing this out here, and especially being so close to town, I feel like it's really important because people can actually see it because it's high visibility here. So I think the better that we can make it look and the more that we can do, I think is just, for me, it's very important.
We reached out to NRCS in about 2015 with help with, we're looking for if we could get an EQIP program for the stock tank, and then we got into the grazing and fencing and the fire break and commercial thinning, all that. Partnerships are essential for ranches like this, especially a ranch like this where ownership spread out between 7 different siblings. It would really be hard to get people to agree on spending money.
I'm Becky Eyre. I'm the district conservationist here in the Helena field office. When I got here in July of 2020, the Grunenfelder Ranch had an active contract, and that was that grazing contract where they did the stock tank, the grazing plan, the fencing, and they were actively doing the weed mitigation through bugs and chemical.
NRCS gave us guidelines for the stock tank, well, fencing, grazing rates. There's a good part of the ranch that the cows really didn't graze because it was so far from water. The only water they could get on that side of the road was way down on the creek. Since we put the tank in, it's let us utilize a lot more grass on the ranch.
When I got here, they also had an application for the fuel mitigation work, and I worked with them to double check the boundaries and size and all that kind of stuff, and got that application to a contract, and since they've completed it.
So the logging project has probably been the largest, or more visible, which is nice because it's thinning out the beetle kills and creating more grazing areas with grass for the cattle.
The fuel mitigation work, that was a lot of thinning and removing of the cut trees, and that just helps with wildfires when they come through to help hopefully reduce the severity of that fire and also kind of be a barrier for town to help slow that fire down.
The old thinning projects, the grass is just awesome, and the new ones I couldn't even, the one we had this summer, the thinning project, the grass is already coming up and there's more grass in there than I've ever seen.
Dennis and Jay have been good to work with. They're on the ground day to day, and anytime we've ever wanted or needed to do anything out there, they've always been super accepting and willing to work with us as far as dates and times and all that kind of stuff.
Without NRCS help, we would have never got the stock tank in and the well in. Without FWP help, we would have never got the new bridge and the irrigation system. Same thing with fencing and thinning. None of it would have got done. It would have been the same as it was 10 years ago.
So I think kind of moving forward, having this property through here, and then the historical part of it is a huge portion, and that's what me and Dennis kind of hold dear to our heart, is what this ranch has always been about. So we try to make it better every day. The impact, I guess, with this project would be, I'd like to see this kind of kept as a legacy, with it so close to Helena, and as the other side gets built out with subdivisions as it's moving towards McDonald Pass, I like to see this hopefully left as a nice little open corridor for animals, throughout the future. So it's kind of hoping that that'll be the lasting legacy of this ranch.